My daughter made thousands selling dangerous dares to teens. Now she's helping them relearn to walk. I found $300 in my daughter Haley's jewelry box while looking for my missing watch, which seemed strange for a girl who'd lost her part-time job months ago. She claimed she was tutoring chemistry despite barely passing the class herself, but something felt wrong about her sudden designer clothes and weekend concerts. That night, while Haley was supposedly at study group, I searched her room and discovered her laptop open to a private forum showing a video titled, "Midnight Bridge Walk, $500 Premium." My neighbor's kid Bryce balanced on the railway bridge as freight train lights approached, and when he slipped on the wet metal, he barely caught the edge as the train roared inches overhead, blood streaming from his head when he pulled himself up while Haley's voice laughed behind the camera saying, "That's gonna break the internet." My hands shook watching my daughter casually film someone almost dying. Her browser history revealed hundreds of uploaded videos in folders marked by price tiers, showing teenagers hanging from cranes, lying on train tracks, and jumping between rooftops while Haley's voice coached them through bypassing security and calculating safe fall distances. The ultra-premium collection featured kids attempting increasingly deadly stunts, including one girl who'd shattered her spine trying to surf on top of a moving bus for a $1,000 dare. Each video had millions of views and comment sections full of kids bidding for the next dare slot. My phone rang with an unknown number, asking why my daughter was an emergency contact for a teenager with a fractured skull who kept mumbling about completing his premium package, and I realized they meant Bryce from the video. The nurse explained he'd fallen another 20 feet after filming ended, and they weren't sure if he'd wake up the same person. I was still processing this when Haley walked in bragging to someone about their highest earning week, and her face drained of color when she saw Bryce's bloody face paused on her screen. "Everything I do is completely legal with signed waivers and safety protocols," she said, pulling out her phone to show me professional contracts while explaining that kids would attempt dangerous stunts anyway for social media fame. "I'm not forcing anyone, but now they get paid, and I ensure they have spotters who know the safest ways to fall." The words sounded like a stranger's, not my daughter who used to cry over stepped-on bugs. The doorbell interrupted her rehearsed pitch, and through the window we saw police officers flanking Bryce's parents, his mother still wearing yesterday's hospital scrubs stained with blood. Behind them, other parents clutched printed screenshots of payments their kids had made, including one father holding medical bills that totaled more than his annual salary. My legs went weak as I realized my daughter had built an empire on broken bones. The detective spread photos across our table showing injured teenagers from hospitals throughout the city, each traceable to Haley's dare service through payment records and video evidence. A sophomore missing his left eye from fireworks stunts, a girl whose legs were crushed riding on elevator tops, and worst of all, a 13-year-old paralyzed attempting the blind highway sprint who'd never walk again. "Your daughter didn't push them," the detective said, "but she built the platform, set the prices, and collected commission on their pain." The judge sentenced Haley to 300 hours at the physical therapy center, where her clients were relearning basic motor functions instead of the athletic feats she'd filmed them doing months before. Her first week, she had to support Bryce's weight as he practiced gripping a pencil, watching the former quarterback struggle with movements a toddler could manage, while drool ran down his chin from the brain damage. I sat in my car outside that first day, not recognizing the hollow-eyed girl who emerged. As weeks passed, Haley went from sullen silence to genuine remorse, especially after meeting the paralyzed boy's mother, who explained how her son saved lunch money for 3 months to afford Haley's package. She started arriving early and staying late, writing apology letters despite her lawyer's warnings. And some nights she'd sit at the kitchen table crying while I struggled to comfort the stranger my daughter had become. 6 months later, her former business partner messaged about restarting since authorities had shut down the original site, claiming they'd learned from mistakes and could implement better safety measures for even higher profits. Haley stared at the offer before sending back a video of Bryce taking 20 minutes to walk 10 feet with a walker, captioned, "This is what $500 bought him," then blocked the number and signed up for another year at the rehab center, where she now teaches wheelchair basketball to the kids whose legs she helped destroy.